Have you ever found yourself scrolling through old photos, listening to a song, and suddenly you re-hit with this overwhelming wave of nostalgia for someone who is no longer in your life? It's a bittersweet feeling, right? You start replaying the good times, the laughter, the inside jokes, and you think, man, I really miss them. But what if I told you that maybe, just maybe, you don't actually miss them? What if what you're really missing is the person you were when you were with them? Stick with me here. This is a concept that completely changed how I look at breakups, friendships that have faded, and even family members I've grown apart from. The idea is simple but powerful. You don't miss the person. You miss who you were when you still believed in them. Think about it. When we're in the early, beautiful stages of any relationship, we're often at our most hopeful, our most optimistic. We see a future filled with potential. We believe in the promises, both spoken and unspoken. We believe in the version of them that they presented to us. And more importantly, we believe in the version of ourselves that existed in that hopeful space. We were the person who trusted freely, who loved without reservation, who saw the world through a slightly brighter lens because they were in it. That person is who we're really mourning when we feel that pang of nostalgia. We're mourning our own innocence. We're missing the days before the disappointment, before the trust was broken, before we learned the hard lessons. We miss the feeling of certainty, even if it was just an illusion. Let's break this down. Every significant relationship in our lives acts like a mirror. It reflects back to us a version of ourselves. When you were with that person, maybe you felt funnier, more adventurous, smarter, or more cared for. They brought out a side of you that you really liked, and when they left, it feels like they took that part of you with them. But here's the truth. That part of you was never theirs to begin with. It was always yours. The problem is, our brains are tricky. They love to romanticize the past. It's a psychological phenomenon called rosy retrospection. Our minds tend to filter out the negative memories and amplify the positive ones over time. So, when you're looking back, you're not seeing the full, accurate picture. You're seeing the highlight reel. You remember the perfect date night, but you conveniently forget the argument you had on the way home. You remember their charming smile, but you forget the times they made you feel small or ignored. You're remembering the asterisk of them, the potential you saw in them, the dream you built around them. You're missing the person you thought they were, or the person you hoped they would become. And tied up in all of that is the person asterisk. You asterisk were when you were still holding on to that dream, the person who hadn't yet been hurt by the reality. When a relationship ends, especially if it ends badly, it's not just the person we lose the future we had planned with them. We lose the routines, the shared world we built together, and we lose that specific version of ourselves. The us and the we is gone, and it's that loss that often hurts the most. Think about a time you truly believed in something. Maybe it was a dream job that turned out to be a nightmare, or a belief system you later outgrew. When you look back, you don't necessarily miss the toxic boss or the rigid rules. You miss the passion and certainty you felt. You miss the person you were who had that fire, that unwavering conviction. It's the same with people. So, how do we deal with this? How do we move forward when we're stuck missing a past version of ourselves? The first step is awareness. The next time you feel that ache of missing someone, pause and ask yourself a few questions. What specific feeling am I missing? Do I miss their actual personality, their flaws and all? Or do I miss how they made me feel about myself? Am I missing asterisk? Or am I missing being the person who was hopeful, trusting, and hadn't been hurt yet? Recognizing that you're missing a past self is incredibly empowering. It shifts the focus from them, someone you can't control, back to you, someone you can. You're not longing for something external that you've lost forever. You're longing for a part of yourself. And the good news is, you can reconnect with that part of you. That hopeful, trusting, adventurous person is still inside you. They just got a little bruised, a little wiser. The experiences that hurt you also taught you. You're not the same naive person you were, and that's a good thing. You've grown. You've learned to protect your heart. You've learned what you will and will not tolerate in a relationship. The goal isn't to go back to being that person. The goal is to integrate the best parts of them into who you are today. You can still be hopeful, but with wisdom. You can still be trusting, but with discernment. You can still be adventurous, but with a better understanding of your own boundaries. So, instead of seeing this nostalgia as a sign that you should go back, see it as a roadmap. What qualities from your past self are you missing? Do you miss feeling carefree? Then find new ways to bring spontaneity and joy into your current life, on your own terms. Do you miss feeling deeply connected? Focus on nurturing the healthy relationships you have right now, with friends and family who have proven they deserve your trust. Do you miss feeling optimistic about the future? Start dreaming new dreams, setting new goals that are entirely your own. You don't need another person to be that version of yourself again. You were the source of that light all along. They were just the person who was standing in it with you for a little while. The beautiful thing is that you can create a new version of yourself, now one that is even stronger, more resilient, and more authentic, because it's built not on belief in someone else, but on a deep and abiding belief in yourself. So next time you hear that old song or see that old photo, smile. Acknowledge the sweet memory. Thank that past version of yourself for their hope and their open heart. It's the one you are building today, brick by brick, with every lesson you've learned. You haven't lost anything. You've only gained wisdom. Thanks so much for watching and reflecting on this with me. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more conversations like this. Take care.